So you're a small business content creator, and you might be wondering, is the content you're creating working for the business? So before you get started creating any more content, here's 5 rules for content marketing success. I came up with these 5 rules because I've met with hundreds of small businesses all around the world, and what we found out is that most of them don't have a strategy, and they don't know how to break through all the clutter and actually make a difference in their customers' lives and actually show a return for the content they're creating. So if you follow these 5 rules, what I can promise is you're going to be following a strategy that makes sense for your company, and it's going to be a strategy that's going to make sense for your customers. So rule number 1 is that you have to figure out your marketing need. And your marketing needs could fall into one of 3 categories: sales, savings, or sunshine. So the first initiative would be sales. Are you trying to create content to drive revenue in some way? Is it a savings initiative? Are you trying to create content that maybe will replace some customer service role? Or is it a sunshine initiative? Are you trying to create content to build more loyalty with customers or have them buy more in the future? You have to make a decision whether it falls into one of these 3 groups, because if it doesn't, you probably aren't creating content for the right reasons. So rule number 2 is, what is the content need? Who's the audience you're trying to target, and what are they struggling with from an informational standpoint? And you know what it's like to engage in content. You don't want salesy content. You're going to be bored. You're watching an ad. This has to be information that really helps your audience. You want to focus on what really keeps them up at night, and you want to position yourself as an expert. And you have to break through all the other content clutter out there. So when you're doing this, the more specific, the better. Type in certain keywords like cloud computing, and Google Trends will come up with all sorts of variations that people are searching for that maybe you never thought of. So once you figured out the marketing need and you figured out the content need from your audience, we've got to figure out, what are we going to do with this content thing and where is it going to live? And the best advice is less is more. So when I meet with the most influential content creators from around the world, they do one thing really well. So it's a YouTuber. It's a podcaster. Doesn't mean that they don't share their stuff on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, but they focus on being great at one thing. That's the biggest problem I see with small businesses. I talked to a small business the other day and said, "Oh, we got to be on TikTok." I said, "Why do you have to be on TikTok?" "Because everybody's there." I said, "Who's everybody? Are your customers there?" "I don't know." Hey, maybe we should focus on somewhere that our customers are actually going to get the content, and then we want to figure out all the idiosyncrasies around doing that thing. So if you're going to focus on blog, you want to figure out how that content's found in Google and search engines. How are they going to find it in newsletters? How are you going to work with influencers about that? That's just one type of content. So first we want to figure out how we can be really good at one thing, and then we can be masters of all those other content creation initiatives. Where do we get all these content ideas? And the best place to look is inside your own organization. Create a regular process for putting down the informational problems that your customers have. If you want to position your CEO as a leading expert, get the content from that CEO however you can, and then hire really good editors to edit that down into whatever it is. Figure out who those people are in your organization, and then a regular process to unearth that content from them however they will give it to you. Don't force them to say, "Hey, write this down for me. I want a blog post. I want an article. I need a podcast." However they're going to get you the content that's going to solve your customers' problems, you want to get it that's easiest for them. The 5th rule is something a lot of small businesses don't think about, but is so important. Maybe the most important is that you already have a lot of content out there. You already have a lot of blogs. You have a lot of web pages. So before you create any new content, we want to figure out what old content we have. For example, you might have a piece of information that ranks really high on Google, but is outdated. So maybe you have the wrong links in it. So make a list of, let's say, the top 20 sites that your customers are already going to. So figure out the timeless content you have already in your organization and figure out a way to make it better, because people are going to look at it whether it's new or old. So start with these 5 rules and you'll see that your success path probably looks a little bit clearer than it did before.